almost there.
Hey guys, welcome to the Massive Iron Channel. I'm Steve Shaw. In this video, I'm going to ask the question, what suffers when you do a full body workout? Before I get into that topic, if you have any questions or comments, drop them down below. The best topic ideas I turn into videos just like this. All right, I'm going to make my big fat head a little bit smaller here, and we're going to dive into the subject of full body workouts. Does weekly volume really suffer? Are they a viable form of working out? What is going to suffer, if anything, when you move to a full body workout? Now, this is not an anti-full body, anti-frequency video, nothing like that at all. I'm simply showing you when I program how I have to program differently to make things fit for a full body workout. Now, if you look at the center column where you see massive workouts, this is the number of sets I tend to program per week. For the massive workouts, most of my massive workouts, I start with 12 for chest, 12 for back, 12 for quads, 12 for shoulders, and then around 6 for biceps, 9 for triceps, 3 for traps, and then 6 for hamstrings. Left out of this is going to be forearms, abs, and calves. You can add this stuff in, but this is kind of my starting 72, what I call my starting 72. I want to program these in, and then if the workout calls for it or the client workout calls for it, I add in forearms, abs, or calves. Now, 72 sets a week is going to be about 4 workouts with about 18 sets each. If you're doing 18 hard sets per workout, it's going to keep you in the gym for a decent amount of time. Maybe 60, 70, 75 minutes. That's about where you want to be on a hard workout. You're going to feel pretty done, pretty spent when you're done with around 18 sets a day. So this is about where I start. And the minimum column on the right, we're going to dive into that a little bit and the adjustments you need to make when you're doing a full body workout. So with the full body workout, you're going to have to drop certain things down to a minimum level. You're going to have to drop chest by about 3 sets, back by about 3 sets, quads and delts, the major muscle groups. And I drop triceps down a little bit. This gives you 57 total sets, and you can do this over the course of 3 workouts, about 19 sets. So there's not a lot of difference compared to 4 workouts. This is still a viable way to train. You're only losing a little bit of weekly volume, and this is basically the structure I use when I'm programming full body workouts. So a few things. People are going to say, is this a rule? You know, is this the way it always has to be? No, it's not the way it always has to be. This is just the structure and the infrastructure, if you will, that I've created over time to create workouts. It's a quick reference. It's a quick basic structure. If you want to alter things based on your needs or preferences, go right ahead. What this does is it balances out the more major muscle groups and allows room for more minor muscle groups. The triceps I tend to focus on a little bit more. So again, you can adjust these things as needed. They're not rules, they're general guidelines. So the question is, when you do a full body workout, what is going to suffer when you move from, say, 4 training days down to 3 per week? Well, if you would keep the normal amount of weekly volume, the massive that I have in the massive workouts column, your time would suffer. If you try to do 72 sets over the course of 3 training days, you're going to end up being in the gym probably an hour and a half, maybe even a little bit more. So just know, I'm not saying you can't do this. I'm not saying it's a negative thing. Just know, if you want to keep up your weekly volume, the same as when you were training 4 days a week, you're going to spend more time in the gym. So on paper, what happens when you switch to a full body workout? If you keep the volume, your time is going to suffer a little bit. Now, one thing that can suffer as well is exercise selection. If you look at the minimum column and you look at the massive workouts column, if you drop down to the minimum, which is the norm when programming a full body workout, you're going to drop about 5 exercises. So you're going to lose a little bit of your exercise selection per week. So that will suffer a little bit. You can overcome this by alternating exercises every other week. Now, I don't want you to alternate more than 2 weeks over the course of 2 weeks, but you could do, say, bench press 1 week, and you could do incline bench press the next, if that's the way you wanted to work things. You could do, let's say, leg press 1 week, and you could alternate with hack squats the next week. So kind of any exercise you want, you can work in some exercise selection by alternating every other week, if that makes sense. And that can kind of make up for the negative or the reduction of exercise selection. And lastly, your weekly volume is going to suffer. You're going to be down about, in my world, the way I program, about 15 sets out of 72, and that's about 5 out of 24. So 5 out of 24 is just slightly more than 20%. You're dipping slightly more than 20% of volume. And again, you don't have to do this. If you want to keep the same amount of weekly volume, then you're going to have to pay the price, and that is more time in the gym. Both of these over the long run are going to serve you well. I don't see, here's the issue with full body workouts, and when you're analyzing workouts in general, is that people kind of think they see in this narrow tube when it comes to looking at these numbers. They're like, oh my God, if I do a more minimum style of programming, a more minimum amount of volume over the course of a full body workout, running a full body workout, I'm going to suffer a little bit. Not necessarily. Understand that very few people run a full body over the course of their life, right? Very few people do. And if they do, if somebody's running a full body workout for years and years on end, they're going to evolve things in a way that's going to fit their needs and their preferences. And again, I've said this over and over and over again on this channel. It doesn't matter what you do as long as you're consistent for a long period of time. If you just went with the minimal amount of volume and they were hard quality sets over the course of 5, 6, 7, 8 years, it's not going to matter. It's not going to matter that you have a little bit less volume, because your consistency is in place, your progressive overload is in place, you have a good, reasonable exercise selection, you have a good quality nutrition plan, and you're crushing it. So over the long run, don't worry about little changes in volume like this. This is probably the most amount of or the minimum column is probably the minimum amount of hard work volume you want to do over the course of a week. So guys, hope this video has been of some help. If you have any questions or comments, drop them down below. If you made it this far in this video and have yet to subscribe to my channel, please do. I'd appreciate the support. So guys, as always, thanks for watching. Have a great day.